is in fact ours. What is going on, everybody? I'm Alex Hunter, this is HP Builds, and welcome back to the channel. Now, if you clicked on this video, you are clearly looking for a racing simulator. Now, I'm going to go over just a few things while I put this thing together, walk you guys through my thought process on things to look out for, how to be sure to modify anything about your racing simulator, and then at the end, I'll go over the total cost on this thing, because in my opinion, by far the cheapest way to do it is to build your own if you can. So let's get to putting this simulator together, and I will see you guys after I get it all bolted together, and then I'll walk you through what I did, why I did it, and how I did it. Let's get after it. All right, so as you guys can see, we've got this thing assembled now. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through the materials we're using, things I actually reused out of the car, and what we're using as far as pedals and steering wheel goes. So let's get after it. All right, so to start with, I run a PS4 for all my racing. I know people use PCs and other software to do their simulations and racing. I use a PlayStation because it's what I have. It's cheap and it's here already. I don't have to go buy a computer or anything like that. So I bought the Thrustmaster T150 series steering wheel and pedal combo. And as you can see, it does not have a clutch, but we do have room built into this frame if we ever do decide to add a clutch pedal or a shifter or an e-brake. We do have room to do that, and we could change this out, and we also could change out the PlayStation if need be. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the materials we used. So this is actually just 1x1 inch tubing, and that's what the entire frame is made out of. It's nothing hard to find. It's relatively cheap. I bought one stick to do all of this, and I think it was like 65 bucks shipped to our shop. And then from there, I stole some sheet metal out of the scrap bin, and I stole some flat bar out of the scrap bin, and a can of paint. So less than 80 bucks in materials for this thing, minus the steering wheel, obviously, and minus the seat, which I don't know if you guys can tell. The seat is actually what we have in the car. So this seat is actually the passenger seat from the Mustang, and I did that, well, I actually didn't mean to do that. I actually took this seat out, if you guys remember, at the beginning of the year, and because I thought that we actually had some fiberglass broken and it was actually smacking the roll cage, so I took it out for safety concerns. Come to find out, we were actually just running too short of a bolt, and I decided, hey, you know, I'm already here. I've already got it out, so let's just keep it out, and I'll use it for a simulator one day. Well, that one day is here. So reuse the seat. That saved a ton of money. I also did, in the framework, I gave myself some room if I ever do choose to add a different seat to this. I have 1 inch of clearance on all sides, and right now we're just using some thin washers. I do want to replace that with some fender washers. That way I could ever change the seat out. I can move it to the right, I can move it to the left, you know, kind of what I've got situated in the car relative to the center line of the steering wheel. So a lot of versatility even in the seat on this thing, just trying to keep myself from restricting myself and having to cut this thing back up, which is not really what I want to do. Now all that's left is to turn this thing on and hook it up to a TV and get to actually racing. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. As you guys can see, there is no TV up here. So we are in the bonus room of my parents' house because this is where we are staying right now until our house is finished. So it is an absolute cluster here. We are packed in at the gills. So I'm not going to be hooking this thing up to a TV quite yet. What we're actually going to be doing is hooking it up to a projector in the new house in the bonus room. So Ashley kind of told me, look, the bonus room is yours. You can do what you want. I want the rest of the house to be nice and pretty. So I told her, hey, I get a ping pong table or a pool table. I get the simulator. I get a huge desk to do all the editing. I can store all my stuff upstairs as far as all the goodies and trophies and fun toys that I have. So I'm going to be using a projector that we have in the bonus room. So it will end up being the projector for the whole room as far as watching movies and things like that. And then when I want to race, I move this simulator in front of it and I race cars all night long if I want. So even there, versatility, because this thing is not that heavy. I could actually pick this entire thing up myself, move it wherever I want, take it up a flight of stairs. It's super light because it is in fact 1-inch tubing. So I'm going to stop talking here. I'm going to set me up a little stair stacked boxes of some sort, get this projector hooked up, shine it on the wall, and we're going to get to racing this thing. So let's get after it. All right, guys. So as you can see, we're on a janky setup right now of totes, but we are in fact ready to rock. So I'm going to kill the lights. I'm going to get this projector all nice and tuned in, and then we're going to test these pedals out. What I will do, once I get it all tested out and get everything calibrated, I'll check back in with you guys and let you know what I think of the Thrustmaster T150 series steering wheel and pedals. And if I like it, there'll be a description down in the, yeah, you know what I mean. There'll be a link down in the description. So as you can tell, I'm excited. So let's get to racing. All right, so I played this thing all night. It is now the next day. By far the most addicting video game I have ever played. This is pretty awesome. I did find out my steering wheel needs to be my way, maybe about 1 inch, to be really comfortable, which the way I built this, I just pull the steering wheel out and reclamp it. I can do that. So good adjustment. Good thing on my part I put that steel plate under there. So now, like I said earlier, I'm going to leave a link in the description below to the steering wheel, to a seat, to the type of materials if I can find them on Amazon, and get you guys started if you want to venture down this road. So if you've made it this far, please do me a favor, like this video, comment down below what you would change. Should I have went ahead and already got the clutch and already got the shifter? Comment if you think the projector is a terrible idea and I need to add a TV, which is possible with 1-inch tubing. And then subscribe. So this channel is very slow go, but we're climbing that mountain. We are getting there. We are well over 1,200 watched hours a day or a year now. Which is a goal I had for a couple months, and now we are well surpassed that. So now on to 1,300 watched hours. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.